Welcome back to
Here
the
we
podcast. Welcome to Third Thoughts. This is episode 1. And I toyed with calling this the Phantom Menace just because that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't go with our topics at all.
None.
But it felt right. But I didn't do it. I was afraid of copyright infringement, among other scary things.
Yes.
And I just don't want that. I don't want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't need to get sued.
No, we don't. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. It is your host, Clay. I'm here with the Chief himself in the flesh.
Hello, everybody.
It is Election Day, Chief.
Yes, it is.
But, you know, it's not like one of those big election days, I guess. It's not a presidential one. It's not a congressional one. We got some governor stuff going on. Not in Georgia, but some governor stuff.
Yeah, there's
Atlanta mayor.
Yes.
That one's kind of pertinent to us a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't
maybe.
we don't live in Atlanta, so I guess.
No, but we get to see all the commercials.
Yeah, real fun stuff. Well, hey, we're glad you're here. If you're listening live on Spreaker, we appreciate your time. We appreciate that. We hope you will chat with us. Chief really wants you to chat with us. So if you're here live, throw something in the chat box. Let us know you're here. If you have an opinion on a topic that we're talking about, please feel free to share that because it's more fun. The more voices you have, I think, the better it is. The more
Sure,
fleshed
absolutely.
out the topic
Especially if it's a contrary voice so that I can come back.
Correct. He really likes to battle
Yes.
intellectually.
Battle Royale.
Yes. So if you're listening on Spreaker, thank you for doing that. Make sure you leave us a comment or like a review, something like that. Also, if you're listening later, we're not leaving you out. We appreciate you as well. So thank you for listening later. If you're listening on, probably on iTunes, Apple Podcasts. So if you're listening on that, make sure to leave a review and a star rating. That kind of stuff really helps us be visible. And also, if you're wanting to connect with us on social media, pretty much everything is at Third Podcast. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc. So let's get right into it, Chief.
Let's go.
We're going to start with a somber topic, which we don't write the news.
No.
It just happens.
Right. We just have the right opinion on it.
It's at least, I like to call it our tertiary thought.
Oh, yes.
You see what I'm saying? My initial thoughts are often like, wow, I would never share that publicly. My second thoughts are usually just me kind of overreacting to my initial thought.
Yes.
So the third thought is really the most pure, thought out one. You know, it's like the best one. Third time's a charm, right?
Yeah, third time's a charm. 3 strikes, and you're out.
Yeah. So if you don't get it on the third thought, like the third thought's not the best one,
Don't talk about
just
it.
don't worry about it. Just
Right.
let it go.
Yes.
Yeah. So topics of the week. And I would rather do some more exciting, fun things, but we got to deal with what we get.
Right.
And let's jump right into this very terrible thing that happened in Texas with the church shooting on Sunday. Man, 26 people dead. Ages 18 months to 77 years old.
Yes.
Almost half of the victims were children.
Yeah, it's terrible, and I think really before we go any farther with this, and we get into the echoing implications of it, the ripple effect that this is having.
Sure.
I just want to say that our prayers and our thoughts and our heart goes out to all of the victims and the families of the victims.
Absolutely.
We're so sorry that you've had this loss, and we pray for you, and we just want you to know that you're not standing alone, but we are standing with you in your moment of grief and crisis, and we're so sorry for the tragedy that you've had to endure.
For sure. Man, what a tragic event. And you know, we've had a lot of tragic events. I think just at an unprecedented rate, particularly mass murders.
Well, just mass everything. I mean, this year has been full of hurricanes and earthquakes and fires and shootings and stabbings and It's just been horrific. And I don't know if it is that the media is reporting things at a higher level
Mm-hmm.
or if things are actually getting worse. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like chaos and just evil is on the rise. And one thing I want to just set, I want to set a precedent here as we continue to talk about this particular issue.
Okay.
Is I don't think we should mention this clown's name.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Let's don't even mention the guy's name because it's we don't need to celebritize these people that do these acts.
I agree.
When we do that, other sickos sitting around, and listen, I'm not demeaning, I'm not in any way demeaning mental illness, but we don't want people sitting around thinking that, wow, this is my chance for celebrity.
Yeah.
It's hopeless anyway, so I'm going to go out and make a name for myself. So let's don't mention his name.
All right. Yeah. No problem. No problem. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things here. There's a lot of weird things. So apparently it was, the motive was a family dispute, something
Yes.
about his mother-in-law.
Yes.
And, so they found at least 15 empty 30-round ammunition magazines,
Yes.
hundreds of shell casings. Why would you need that many bullets for a family dispute? I feel like there has to be more there.
Well, first of all, I don't think his intention was just to kill his mother-in-law.
Okay.
I think that she was an intended target. But I believe his intention was to kill many, many people, her being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was to deflect guilt. I don't know what that issue was. But definitely there was the intent to take many, many lives.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just about killing his mother-in-law, or he would have just gone to her home and done it.
Yeah.
The intent was mass destruction. My understanding and in reading, and there are all kinds of conflicting stories that come out early
Yeah.
in
It's
the
still
aftermath
fresh.
of these things.
It happens.
But at one point, he was active in this church.
Mm-hmm.
He attended this church. He was active there. So probably many people, maybe he felt abandoned by these people.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, he goes and he opens fire on this congregation from outside to begin with,
Yeah.
shooting through the walls, taking many lives, entering in, and he kills an 18-month-old child
Mm-hmm.
and a 77-year-old. Just those two things right there just talks about the total depravity of this person.
Oh, dude. Yeah. It's horrible.
One family lost how many family
8.
members? One family lost
eight members over 3 generations. So they lost children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I can't imagine. It's one thing to lose a set of grandparents. And I think, the older we all get, the mortality of our parents even becomes real.
Yes.
And that's part of growing up. That's part of life. But to lose family members younger than you, especially those 3 generations removed, that is, I can't imagine.
And in the way it happened.
Yeah.
It's one thing if we lived in a combat zone.
Yeah.
But for your family to get in the car, to go to their church.
Yeah.
For a day of worship, and this happens there with no warning, without any expectation whatsoever. That is what has always been a keystone activity here in our country, something that our country was predicated upon, was founded upon, the right to go and worship. And then this gunman comes and just begins to annihilate innocent people in this church. It's we don't live in the same world we used to live in.
No, we don't. And where do you place? Obviously, this guy made a decision and committed the act. But now the Air Force has said it's failed to follow the policies for alerting federal law enforcement about the guy. And that perhaps if they had, that could have kept him from obtaining firearms. I mean, how much credit do you give to that?
Well, here's the thing. We're already seeing it be politicized.
And naturally, I mean, I don't know that you can keep that from happening these days.
No, you can't. But ultimately, this responsibility falls back on the government because they failed to report something that should have been reported. Mm-hmm. This man beat his wife and fractured his stepson's skull, and that's why he was given his oust from the military. He spent 12 months in prison. Obviously had some mental issues. And here's the thing: are we just throwing soldiers away when they can no longer perform? Where is our government saying this man needs help and giving him ongoing psychiatric help?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Listen, I'm angry. You can't just forget to report something like this. Right. Whether he could have obtained firearms another way, whether he could have done that, we're not going to argue that point. He could have. Mm-hmm. But would he have? Because he walked in, he did the background check, he legally bought the weapons.
Yeah,
that's the problem I have with politicizing this and talking about background checks and all that. He followed the laws.
Yeah,
he didn't go to a gun show and buy the gun. It wasn't some seedy back alley deal. He went to a very well-known sporting goods chain.
Yep,
and he purchased the weapons. One of the weapons a year ago, mm-hmm. the other weapon earlier this year. Mm-hmm. So I don't think he had thought a year ago that this is what he was going to do. No. But then he comes in and this happens. And the very first thing that happens is people begin to politicize this and make it about their own political agenda when we have broken lives. Family members that have survived, people still on the operating table.
Yeah.
And we're screaming this and screaming that. And let me tell you what's happening, Clay.
Sure.
We're coming to the place because of the response of celebrities and politicians that we're making churches a greater target.
Yeah.
The guy Will Wheaton. Mm-hmm. I'm calling Will Wheaton out right now.
Well, hang
because
on.
Let me tell you something. Will Wheaton, I don't challenge you to come on the show. I couldn't stand to look at you right now. You're a moron. To say that, to lash out at a politician because he said our thoughts and prayers go out to the families, and then you to make the statement that if prayer worked, the people would still be alive, you're ignorant. Mm. In a moment of crisis, you want to launch and lash out against the sanctity of faith in a moment where, listen, their family members are gone. Faith is all that we have to pull us together and pull us through situations like that. Mm. Now politicians are walking out of the moment of silence. Did you see where the representative, he said he wouldn't participate in a moment of silence?
No, I didn't see
He
that.
walked out because he said he's been silent long enough. We need gun reform, not prayer. Mm. The only thing that's going to fix these issues is prayer. Mm. Because people kill more people than guns do.
Yeah.
The problem with the world is that we are sick with hate and people are killing people.
Yeah.
And prayer changes things.
Definitely.
We need to get on our knees. I don't care what kind of reform comes. We need to get on our knees and we need to begin to pray. And I'm not trying to get on a religious soapbox here, even though I am a pastor. But this is very close to my heart because if it had been here with our congregation, I don't think I could stand it.
Yeah.
So it brings us to another place of is this going to bring a greater divide in our country between liberals and conservatives, mm-hmm. between those that are anti-faith and those of faith?
Yeah.
Are we even seeing a greater divide because of the response and a political agenda that's being pressed when we should have love and compassion?
Yeah. Jeez, man. It's a lot. It's heavy.
And another thing we're not talking about here
Okay.
is what about the guy that stopped it?
You mean the guy across the street?
The guy across the street.
That is that's the most Texas thing I've ever heard.
It is Texas, but let me tell you something. That guy's a hero.
Oh, absolutely. American hero.
If that guy didn't have a gun, if we took his gun away from him, the only person in this scenario would have been the bad guy with multiple guns.
Right.
He was getting in his car. He was going to kill more people.
Yeah.
This guy saved lives.
Yeah.
If he didn't have a gun, more people would have died. He saved lives. He's a hero. And then guy that he jumped in the guy's truck and they ran after the guy. Another hero.
Yeah, oh yeah.
As Texas, look, he was wearing a cowboy hat and everything.
It's the best.
Listen,
I love that.
You need to watch out. If you come to Texas or the Bible Belt, you think you're going to shoot up churches, you got another thing coming.
Listen, man, I don't know what goes through people's heads when they want to commit gun violence in Texas. That's like walking into an old west like town where the sheriff is sitting on the porch with his long rifle. I mean, it just seems like the most ridiculous thing to do.
Right. You're in the wild, wild west.
Jeez.
Yeah, but anyway, this thing there are so many far-reaching ideas and repercussions.
Mm-hmm.
There are, it's so many issues that are stemming from this, and we're going to see things pour out from this.
Oh yeah.
But right now, what we need to come together and not be divided.
Absolutely.
The issue is there's a lot of guns in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And people are going where they don't think there are any guns, and they're murdering unarmed people.
Mm-hmm.
We have some great heroes that legally obtained firearms that have stood in between and saved lives. The guy in Minnesota where the guy was stabbing people.
Yeah.
The police didn't know what to do, so someone with a concealed carry permit and a legally registered firearm ends that and stops people from dying.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you, if everybody carried a gun, we would have less shootings, not more. I'm just going to put all my cards out on the table there.
That's it. Well, that's what this is for.
That's right.
Listen, I think we've covered it pretty well, and we could keep going. I mean, we could do a whole episode on the ramifications and that kind of stuff. Let's move on to the next topic, though.
Let's go.
Because I want to hear what you think about this. So, apparently today, Syria is signing the Paris Climate Agreement. And Nicaragua already jumped in on it, and they're doing it. So the U.S. literally stands by itself against the rest of the world, the Paris Climate Agreement, because Donald Trump refuses.
Well, sometimes people are just wrong.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just stand in a place where people are just wrong. We should sign the Paris Climate Agreement.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, what is he out to prove by not signing it, by pulling out?
I don't think anybody can really answer that question.
I don't think anybody can answer that question about anything he does.
No, I think there's a lot of things that nobody can answer the question. At this point, I think it's just the fact that he didn't do it and now he refuses to do it.
Yeah. But isn't that disappointing though? I mean,
but and here's the thing. It's not like we're anti-climate in America.
Right.
Although we do great harm to the environment.
Sure. Oh yeah.
It's just the nature of the massive beast that has been created here called the United States.
Mm-hmm.
We just eat up natural resources and regurgitate waste into the world.
Yeah.
But we are trying and making an effort and doing some things to try to improve the environment. So I don't know why we don't just sign it and at least be in agreement over the one thing that seems like we can actually be in agreement with the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard-headedness.
Man, it's just disappointing to see a world leader like that, especially your own leader. It's like, man, come on, man.
Yeah, just
Like I understand standing up for things that we believe in and values that we have that make America unique and that kind of stuff, and that, the things that do make this country great. But when every other country, I mean, have you seen the little map where every other country is pink and then it's just us? Like,
well, and here's the
it's
thing.
ridiculous.
It's not even an ideology worth sticking to, because all we're saying is we believe in the world,
Right.
the health of the next generation.
Right. It's like a good cause.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're not saying, hey, it's okay to poison the earth. Let's do our part to help make it better. It's hard-headedness. It's pride.
Yeah. And it just seems childish, and I just hate that. I just wish.
Yeah. There's a lot of childish things.
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, that seems to be the political landscape is pride against pride and ego.
Yeah, it's not just Donald Trump.
Oh no. And I don't mean to paint it that way. I'm just saying, had he not said, "Yeah, we're pulling out," this wouldn't be a story.
Listen, people used to go into politics to better their communities or their sphere or whatever level they were running at. Now they go in to politics for the important. They want to feel important.
Yeah,
and it's no longer about helping people. I mean, we see that here on a local level, right here where we live, in the town that we live. We have a large population of illegal immigrants here.
Yeah.
The governor of Georgia is from our town. He's from Gainesville, where we're from.
Yeah.
He understands our economy. He understands the way things are set up. Yet one of his first acts of legislation is to crack down on immigration, knowing how bad it's going to hurt our economy and our community. Because he doesn't care about people.
Yeah.
The very people that worked in his yard, he deported.
Jeez, man. I would never want to go into public office.
No.
I mean, it's just a tangled web of things. I mean, to navigate that, that's for the birds, man. Honestly, I'd rather just podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then I just say whatever I want.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, fact check us if you want. It doesn't matter.
Right. Because if
we're not claiming to be, here's one thing. We're not claiming to be broadcasting news. This is our opinion about the news.
Right. We're not a definitive source.
Right.
We just read news, talk about it, and hopefully have a little bit of fun with it. And we hope you're having fun. If you're listening right now.
Yeah, there may be a day. There may be a day where I'm actually wrong about something. It hasn't happened yet.
Never?
Never.
Okay.
But there could be a day when that happens.
Yeah. That's entirely possible. I mean, you're young.
Listen, I've got something just hit me right
you
here.
You got a breaking story?
Breaking story right
story?
Now. Roy Halladay.
Okay.
Major League pitcher just killed in a plane crash.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Who did he play for?
I don't know.
Jeez.
I know the name.
Wow.
Just killed in a plane crash.
Well, thoughts and prayers to his family for sure.
Absolutely.
Man.
Absolutely.
You were on it with the breaking news. You like.
And I had one last week too.
I know.
It's all sad.
I know. Oh, man, it is. Listen, we're gonna go. Let's transition. There's a myriad of topics that we can go into because so much happens so fast.
Yes.
But I want to debut a new segment. Episode 1. I want to debut it because we hadn't debuted it. I mean, you've been doing it kind of, but let's debut Chief's Corner.
All right.
I mean, so here's what happens. Chief throughout the day reads different stories than I read. And so he saves them. And when there's a lull kind of in the podcast, since we do this live, and there's no editing, when there's a lull, he pulls something out of Chief's Corner.
Yes.
But I want you to go ahead and do one before we jump into, I was thinking about renaming Sweet Tweets too.
Okay.
The Twitter segment. I think I want to call it Twitter Butter.
Twitter Butter.
Like peanut butter. You mash it up, right?
Yeah.
And then you mix it with, and it makes the butter, right?
Yeah, that
So
sounds gross, but okay.
But like Twitter, we're taking today's moments.
Kind of sounds like mashed up birds.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of. I mean, you'll remember it, right?
Oh,
Twitter
yeah.
butter.
Twitter butter.
All right, so before we go to Twitter butter,
Yeah.
give me something from Chief's Corner.
Okay, I'm gonna do this one first.
Okay.
I have some others. Not gonna get heavy with this, but the Antifa apocalypse. Okay, so this past Saturday
Mm-hmm.
was supposed to be the beginning of the Antifa apocalypse. Basically, what they were. They said they're going to have 1 million people that would gather over these major cities: L.A., Atlanta, several different Boston, several different areas. It's going to be 1 million people, and they were going to protest 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, until the tyrannical reign of the Trump regime was ousted from power.
Jeez, man. Well, we living in a novel. It feels like that sometimes.
So listen. That their target was 1 million people. The largest gathering they had was 1,000 people.
Way to go.
Okay, so this is now they're the anti-fascism. Okay, but the group is actually affiliated with the Revolutionary Communist Party because we all know that's healthier.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is their new stance. Since that was a total flop, since that fell apart, here's their new thing. On the 1-year anniversary of Trump going into office, okay?
Yeah.
You need to look them up on Facebook and go, and you need to look at this. They're having a brand new protest, and they're encouraging people to scream at the sky helplessly.
Like, okay, I'm glad you brought this up because everybody has their cause, right? Like, everybody has like a pet cause.
Yes.
Obviously, Antifa isn't really sure what they want to accomplish because screaming at the sky really does nothing.
Let me tell you what they're finding out quickly is that millennialism is millennialism. And no matter what you think your cause is and how important you think it is, millennials are going to the lake if it's pretty outside. They're not showing up.
Oh, I mean,
to protest.
I'm in that group.
Oh, I know.
I'm not going to scream. Okay, now there was. Are you familiar with the show Dragon Ball Z?
I know what Dragon Ball Z is.
Yeah,
yes.
Goku, the main character. There was a group gathering where they were going to gather at the what is that called? The Arch in New York. What's the famous arch?
I don't know.
They were gathering there, and it was a Scream Like Goku event. And literally, I would go to that because that's just fun. But this thing, that doesn't have to accomplish anything. But this, I don't understand screaming at the sky. What does that mean?
No, I mean, if you really want to bring integrity, if you really want to make your organization look like a professional, formative organization, the best thing to do is to encourage all of your adherents to go out into their yard or on the street corners and look into the sky and scream like crazy people.
All right, so since that's their pet cause, whatever, I'm going to bring up something that can actually be accomplished. Okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm going to give you my pet cause.
Oh, here we go.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So if you're unaware and you don't drink low-calorie soda, this may not mean anything to you.
I weigh 300 pounds. I don't drink low-calorie soda.
You drink the full-strength stuff, but I like zero sodas, okay?
Yeah.
So in August, Coca-Cola decides that it's a good idea to change Coke Zero to this new thing. I have one on my desk right here. Coke Zero Sugar. It looks different on the outside a little bit, but here's the thing. It tastes worse. So I'm going to call out Coca-Cola.
Come on now.
Normally Chief only does call-outs, but I'm calling out Coca-Cola Company right now. I'm from Georgia to fix Coke Zero, bring it back. So listen, if you're with me, I need you to tweet Coca-Cola Company. Bring back Coke Zero.
Yes, we want a representative of Coca-Cola, not just a delivery guy. We want an executive
Give me
to come and explain. And I just want them to come explain the name. Because the soda used to be called Coke Zero.
Mm-hmm. Simple. Perfect.
Yeah. So now the can and the new branding is really confusing.
And see, they said
Because is it Coke Zero sugar?
or Coke,
See, here's the thing.
Zero
Because
sugar.
it used to just be Coke Zero.
which to me was clear enough.
Right. But now, is it Coke Zero sugar? Or is it Coke Zero made with real sugar and no artificial sweetener? See, I think it's a play. I think they're trying to subversively poison America by putting these preservatives in our body because that does not have sugar.
No, it doesn't. And I mean, it's definitely Coke Zero sugar.
But based on the old name,
Right. The context is confusing.
yes.
I mean, I just don't like it. It doesn't stay bubbly long enough anymore. It's just kind of flat.
And
so
there we go from Antifa to Coke Zero.
look, everybody has, everybody wants some kind of rights for people. Well, I want Coke Zero rights. I believe original Coke Zero
Do you want
belongs on the
Coke
market.
Zero rights, or do you want Coke Zero rights?
The second one,
Gotcha.
semantics.
Yes.
I mean, I guess. Listen, I just wanted to bring that out there. If anybody's with me, join with me. Let's make it happen.
Absolutely.
It's more productive than screaming at the sky. I promise.
Yes, let's scream at Coca-Cola.
Listen, let's move to Twitter butter.
Twitter butter.
Because here's a really good one. I know
Okay.
I said they had good ones last week, but there weren't. You're gonna like this one.
Okay.
You can now purchase a ranch keg from Hidden Valley.
Of salad dressing?
Yes, you can purchase a keg of ranch dressing. I mean, it can be filled with up to 5 liters of ranch. It's $50. Also, the description says includes a year's supply of Hidden Valley Ranch. A year's supply. See, they underestimate how much ranch I can go through, though.
Hey, okay, I'm just saying that the whole concept seems gross to me.
You think?
Yeah.
And get this, it's stackable. So you can stack kegs.
Why would you need that much ranch? Why would you?
Chief, that's not the question. The question is, why would you not?
Okay, in the marketing department at Hidden Valley, who's sitting around thinking to themselves, I know, let's put ranch in a keg and we'll start having keggers and serve salad.
Listen, the only reason I don't have a keg of ranch up to this point, the only reason I haven't had one is because it wasn't possible. But
Listen.
I'm going for it. I'm tapping that thing.
I'm telling you, that's just a terrible idea. Listen, because it's sticky and the stuff is going to get stuck on the inside and it's going to go bad. It's a gross concept.
I don't think so, man. I disagree. I think that's great.
Wow.
Bring on the ranch keg. I'm with it. I'm totally with it.
Ketchup in a keg, mustard in a keg, chow chow in a keg,
You're saying all great things. I love all those things.
potted meat in a keg.
Okay, you lost me there.
Yeah, see, I mean, it just
Lost me.
depends on your opinion of the product in the keg.
I know, but ranch is like a universal, like, good. Everybody likes ranch. You like ranch?
Ranch is okay, yeah.
Don't. Okay. It's not just okay. It goes on everything. It works for every
But
application.
if I'm going to choose a salad dressing, it's going to be some kind of balsamic vinaigrette.
Now, that's funny that you say that because I'm kind of the same way. I didn't think about it until just now. But I want ranch on everything but my salad. Like, I'm looking for like a bacon, honey mustard kind of thing on my salad.
Okay, when I eat a baked potato, I'd rather have chili, no ranch.
I don't think I've ever put, well, maybe I have.
Hot wings,
Oh, yeah.
for me to dip the hot wing in anything, the hot wing has to taste bad.
You think?
The purpose of eating the hot wing is to taste the hot wing.
I don't know, but the mix with the ranch or blue cheese, because I'm a big blue cheese fan too.
So, okay, so you agree with me. A keg of ranch is ridiculous.
No, I don't agree with that. I
Okay,
will
what's
not agree
next?
with that.
What other
Give me
bud-
something else from the corner.
What other, okay, we're going to do something else. Rand Paul.
Oh, jeez, poor guy.
Rand Paul. He's out doing yard work.
Just a regular
Just a
day.
regular guy. Just minding his own business. His neighbor breaks 5 of his ribs.
Jeez.
And now the neighbor's attorney has come out and said, listen, this has absolutely nothing to do with politics. This happened over a trivial disagreement.
What?
Yeah. That makes it worse.
Yeah, I don't honestly how the only thing that should be political as soon as the news breaks isn't political.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it makes no sense. He's out on $7,500 bail.
You know how many ranch kegs I can get for that much money?
Well, listen to this. Rand Paul is hurt so bad they don't even know when he can go back to work.
Mm.
I mean, doesn't he just sit in a chair?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I mean,
He must be really beat up then.
what, 5 broken ribs? That's pretty serious.
Yeah, that's
Because you know the guy didn't just hit him in the rib.
right. Just a rib strike.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's no way he just hit him in the rib. Unless he has very brittle ribs. In which case there may be a more serious condition, thus he's not returning to work. Could we start a rumor here that Rand Paul has a serious bone deterioration disease, and that is ultimately what is keeping him out of work?
Yeah, I don't know. Is that a rumor worth starting, really?
No, and I don't want to speak that over anybody.
Yeah, let's not.
He's just got a bad neighbor. I
Yeah.
got one more, though.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Well, hold on. Best wishes to Rand Paul. We hope he
Yeah.
gets better soon.
Rand, we're praying for speedy recovery.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, give me what you got.
Okay. Nathan Chetcuti from Brisbane, Australia.
The thing is, if you're saying that wrong, I have no idea, and no one else does either.
Correct. He is a 19-year-old snake wrangler, famous in some YouTube circles, not in my.
Is this a Twitter butter? I mean, this seems like
No, this was Fox News, man.
What?
Yes, I know. So he's a snake wrangler. He has 4,000 followers on YouTube. I don't know if that's a lot or not.
4,000?
Yeah.
Not really.
Okay. Well, anyway, he made Fox News.
Okay,
So
it's more than I got.
he was playing with his pet inland taipan, the most venomous snake in the world.
Oh God.
He went to put it in the cage, and it bit him.
Okay.
So now he's in critical condition in the hospital, and they think he's going to pull through. They're not sure. But here's the thing. Should that have made the news, number one? And number two, should it really be that big of an upsetting thing if someone who keeps the most venomous snake in the world as a pet and they handle it barehanded, that when they get bit, it's newsworthy?
Like, are we surprised?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
if I get a bunch of ranch kegs, right, and I die from congestive heart failure,
That's not surprising.
yeah, no one, that really shouldn't be news.
Absolutely. You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, listen, we got a few minutes left.
Yeah.
And let's transition. Let's transition over to sports.
Okay.
So
do it.
real quick, this is the second week of the CFB playoff rankings. They're coming out tonight at 7. Is your top 4 the same?
Okay. Because we did it different last week. We gave our top 4, and then we gave the projected top 4.
Right. But now we have concrete data.
Okay, because I wouldn't change either.
So you would keep it the way the committee has it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's any change.
Okay.
I don't think Bama beating LSU is a more impressive win than Georgia beating the other another team listed in the playoff
Mm-hmm.
race.
Yeah.
I don't think Miami's win over Virginia Tech is enough to move them ahead of Clemson.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll leave it just like it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's shaping up to be pretty cool.
Yeah, but my personal top 4,
Okay. Yeah, give me that.
okay, my personal top 4 would have UCF number 4.
God, you're really on the UCF train.
Yes, I am.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but I don't think they're going to make it.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not. And I don't know that they're really the fourth best team in the country.
No, I mean, because their schedule, I mean.
Right, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that they're actually the fourth best team in the country.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that what has been done there is remarkable, and they at least deserve a little notoriety, if only from me on the Third Thought podcast.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm sure they appreciate that.
Yeah.
Shout out Knights. Go
Yeah.
UCF, I guess. Listen, kind of transit, still football, but NFL.
Yeah.
I know it's but listen, 2 teams scored 51 points this week.
Yeah.
So the Philadelphia Eagles and the LA Rams both put 51 on their opponents.
Yes.
The Eagles, this is just funny. The Eagles Stadium actually ran out of fireworks because they did not prepare for that many touchdowns.
Well, right, because it's the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't.
They pay players on both sides of the football, all the teams.
Yeah.
That shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
There should be some, okay, I'm not saying absolute parity,
Mm-hmm.
but there should be enough parity that you can keep the other team from just simply running up and down the field.
But I will say this. This year has been really, really tough for injuries. We're talking about incredible. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about OBJ.
Yep.
Dalvin Cook.
Yep.
Deshaun Watson now.
Yep.
Jameis Winston out for the next 2 games with his shoulder.
Maybe. I'm not saying he may be out, but the reason he's out may be because of his shoulder.
And maybe because
he pulled that punk move and slapped the guy in the back of the head.
in the fights. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like injuries are really rampant this year. Do you think it's actually more, or am I just paying more attention?
You must just be paying more attention. I think people get hurt.
Just seems like high-profile people.
Yeah.
Especially the rookies, who are coming in here and just balling out, and then they're hurt.
Oh, yeah. Aaron Rodgers, that's a big deal.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's a completely different football team now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Speaking of a lot of points, LeBron and James Harden
Yes.
throwing up 57 and 56, respectively, over the weekend. Pretty wild.
Yeah, but the NBA has never really been about defense.
No. It's really more about showing off than it is anything, I guess.
But nonetheless, those are impressive numbers.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And I think not only did they both score over 50 points, they also both had over 10 assists in those games as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's impressive offensive performance.
Oh, definitely.
The problem is that they're both having to carry their teams.
Yeah.
And I don't know how deep in the season they can go.
Yeah.
Having to do that. LeBron, to me, second greatest basketball player to ever wear a pair of tennis shoes.
Yeah.
MJ is number 1. James Harden, he's just a scoring machine.
He's got a nice beard.
Yeah, you don't get a lot on the other end of the court from him.
No.
But he's an offensive machine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of basketball, college basketball is coming up.
Yeah.
Do you care about that?
No.
All right.
I'm a Florida State fan, though, so no.
Hey, but we should be pretty decent.
Well, Leonard Hamilton's still coaching, right?
Yeah.
He'll find a way to lose.
Well, there you have it, folks. The sports section of Third Thoughts. Lots of positive energy there. Jeez, man. Listen, we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. We appreciate it. If you've been with us this far, 2 episodes in, we appreciate you. We hope you will invite, share, bring some people along with you on this journey. We still don't really know what we're doing. We're just doing it because it's a good outlet. It's fun. We enjoy doing it. We hope you're enjoying it. Please check us out. Chief, you take us home.
Give us your comments. Let us know what you want to hear about. Let us know your opinions on these same issues. Your opinion, it may or may not matter to us. But still, let us know what those opinions are. We want to hear from you because this is all about you, the audience. Guys, have a great week. We'll see you right back here next week on Third Thoughts.